Cam, what you doing? Cheese. Today in this video, we're gonna throw the belt on, and I guess we're gonna get started on the clutch. Andrew may not be able to hang out the whole night, but we're gonna go ahead and get this thing up on jack stands. I put the clutch in the car. There's some other things that I need to do, but we probably won't get to it tonight. Matter of fact, it's probably gonna be a late night for me putting this clutch in. If you guys don't know, we got a Ram clutch over here, which is basically just a stock style replacement. As you can tell, I'm really excited about this. So this is what we've got, and yeah, guys, I am not overly excited about putting a clutch in this car. But we need to get this done. We got stuff to do. Andrew's car is gonna be over here, what, probably next week? Probably next week, so we've got to get all these things done. We're gonna be putting doing a T5 swap in his car. So Andrew's got his bell housing up here. We've got our aluminum wire for our welder, so we can do some aluminum MIGging. We're gonna try our best to weld the ear up on this transmission right here. Broken off right here. So anyway, I doubt we'll get to that tonight, but we'll see. All right, let me go ahead and get this belt put on the car. Hopefully this is it. If you guys don't know, this is a stock 93 Cobra belt. These are the pulleys from LMR, and they're basically just a 93 Cobra underdrive pulley. So hopefully this works. This sucks. I can never remember the way these things go.
Me either.
I have to look at it. So guys, don't feel bad whenever you're trying to put your belt on and you feel like an idiot because you can't remember how it goes. Trust me, you're not the only one.
It ain't right.
No. Goes up around the fan, then down. Yeah, okay. See, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. All right. Okay, ow, that hurt. All right, guys, so there you go. If you order the underdrive pulley kit from LMR, that's going to be your belt that you use, which is just a stock 93 Cobra belt. There's really no point in starting the car up, I don't think. I mean, we know that's going to work. It's got plenty of tension on it. Yeah, we don't want to start the car up and get the exhaust hot. So that's done. Now let's go ahead. We're going to roll the car up a little bit, just give ourselves some room back there. And guys, we're going to get after this. We're limited on time tonight. I'm going to try my best to video most of this stuff for you guys. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, you'd be surprised. It actually shifts pretty good, does pretty good. But like I said, I mean, it's such an easy fix to pull out and swap for another transmission later. As long as we get the pedal assembly and the clutch and everything else done. All right, we got the car up on jack stands. It's time to get busy. Guys, this is probably one of my least favorite things in the world to do. I'm not gonna lie. If you're not going back with some sort of modification, it really sucks sometimes, but these are the things that you gotta do. Andrew can tell you, it's part of it, right? Nobody wants to do this type of stuff, but it is what it is. This car needs a clutch in it because, like I told you, we got a lot of stuff coming up and we got projects that need to be knocked out. So, take a look at the setup real quick that we got. We're gonna be comfortable today. We found an old rug that I had up in the attic and figured, you know what, that'd be perfect for stuff like this. I don't really care if it gets messed up, gets a couple stains on it. So we've got a rug down here with a Harbor Freight mat on top of it, and our lighting situation is not that bad, guys. Check this out. It's not the best, but it's definitely not too bad. Andrew's got his head mount on, looking like a doofus.
Thank you.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start knocking this out, guys. I feel like most of you already know how to do this, but the first task for us is to go ahead and get the exhaust off the car and then the drive shaft. That's what we're gonna do first. This is pretty easy. I'll set up a little bit of a time lapse over here for you guys, and if I need to, I'll come in and do a voiceover for you. But like I said, I feel like most of you know what to do. Andrew's ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this done. Guys, I'm sorry, not a lot of video in tonight. I did some time lapse for you guys. Okay, so we got the handle out, and now we should be ready to go ahead and pull the transmission. We had an issue with the exhaust, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get this transmission out, and yeah, we'll talk about it afterwards. So we don't have a yoke to push up in there, do we? Guys, this is probably going to get real messy.
Yeah, with the handle on there, we're gonna have to find something.
We're going to have to try to leave the drive shaft attached. This is not recommended, but we don't want to pour oil everywhere, transmission fluid everywhere, so we're basically going to try to pull the transmission out with the drive shaft still attached. It's doable.
Business and recommendations.
Yep, all right, you got it, Andrew? I'm going to go ahead and get the jack out of the way. All right. You just, yeah, keep the drive shaft in. What is that noise?
The yoke dragging the ground.
There you go. Yeah, it's all good. So I thought that was metal shavings, like all clumped up at the end, but it's not. It was just some grease. So guys, this is a new transmission. I think I mentioned it years ago when I first bought the car, but the guy put a brand new transmission in it. This thing is always doing great. So this is the exhaust situation. This is what we've had to deal with here. Can't unbolt it. Somebody welded it right here. So I'm tempted to go ahead and just cut that off, but I'm not confident enough in my welding skills yet to do that and then weld it back. But that side's got a clamp on it. So guys, I always like to leave you with words of encouragement. Stuff like this, these transmission jobs, it's not rocket science, right? I mean, you get under there, it's nuts and bolts, a little bit of muscle. Sometimes you got to be smart, you know, use your jack when you need to. Use wood underneath the transmission if you got to kind of level it out and stabilize it. But you do what you got to do on this. It's not hard. Guys, I promise you can do this. A clutch job is not that bad. Now, a transmission swap itself is super easy. The clutch part is where it gets aggravating. Things start to change once you start dealing with the clutch. So the bell housing is going to have to come off, and we're going to have to pull this clutch out. And I hope that the clutch is bad and it's not an adjustment issue.
Don't look an adjustment issue to me.
No, looks about right. I'm not going to video the whole thing, guys, just because I don't have that much memory card or battery left, but I'll leave it going for a little while.
Sure to get down, good Lord. Paper got 'em open all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True play away, can't get her out of my mind. Wow, think about the girl all the time. Now, east side to the west side, pushing fat rides. It's no surprise.
Woo! Billy been slipping. Guys, don't worry.
It looks fine to me. It looks fine. Why two different colors?
Why is it all the way down to the button? All right, let's go ahead and see what we got in our box here. So, like I told you guys, this is just a stock style replacement ram clutch. And this should serve the purpose for what we need, which is, like I said, just a stock style replacement. We've got a pressure plate and our clutch disc. So all we're gonna do here is clean off the pressure plate with some brake cleaner. Make sure this thing's nice and clean. I've already cleaned the flywheel itself. Pretty nice little clutch. This should work just fine for what we need. From right here, what I'm gonna do is show you how to get your clutch up there, get it lined up, and then get your bolt started. And that's gonna be that. Then I'll just pick up once we're done with everything and we'll talk about it. Andrew loves when I do this, guys.
Stop, man.
He
It's
loves it
weird.
so much.
That side facing the motor.
Yeah. Sure.
Just like that.
Hell yeah. Just like that right there, Andrew. All right, guys, so make sure that the sticky outy part on your clutch
Sticky outy.
goes to the outside. And put your line up tool in. Your sticky outy part.
Get your line up to a little more.
It's
Here.
brand new, Andrew.
You got a
What in the hell is that
pilot
noise?
bearing. It won't stay in there. Right there. Nah, do that right there, right there.
That has been my nemesis tonight. That thing right there is just all up in my grill. I'm probably gonna beat Andrew's ass over it. There we go. Look at that. That's all I had to do, guys. That's all I had to do. Andrew, they're gonna request that we play some Chingy right now.
I like the way you do that right there, right there. Switch your hips when you walk and let down your hair, down your hair.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up right here. We're just gonna put the bell housing back on, the starter, transmission, all that stuff. So it's just a reverse of everything we did. I will catch up with you guys once we get everything done, and we'll talk about the car, we'll talk about the job, and if we have time, we'll drive it. If not, we'll drive it in the next video. All right, Andrew, you ready to do this?
I reckon.
Guys, see this mess behind me? See my face? Yeah, so it's not always fun doing these transmission swaps and clutch swaps, but it's definitely something that we've got to do. We've got a mess. So the exhaust on this car is junk. I don't know what the deal is with it, but it just doesn't fit right. The flanges are all bent up. It just sucks. I got a feeling this thing's gonna leak whenever we start it up. If it leaks, guess what? I'm not fixing it. I'm taking it to the muffler shop and we're gonna get this thing fixed. But I just wanted to kind of stop in the middle of all this. But I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what, man? I know you guys can relate to this. So I figured I'd come out, do a little video, and also remind you to stick it out, right? If you get aggravated, guys, I threw my impact across the floor earlier. So you could press the button on it and then run for just a second and stop. And I was like, oh my God, you know, here we go with this. So I threw it across the floor, said a couple choice words, went over, picked it up, and got to looking at it, and the button on the top had been reset. So I get over here and I find that the button had been pressed and this was selected, which stops basically as soon as it feels any force. So we run it on 3, and yeah. So, you know, I threw the damn thing for no reason. Anyway, the point is, take a break, guys. Take a break. If you smoke, smoke a cigarette. If you need a drink, take a drink. If you just want to kick back and drink a bottle of water, you know, do whatever it is that you got to do to relax and get back on your project. And remember, it doesn't have to be done all in one day. I mean, sometimes it does if you got to drive it to work or something like that. But guys, just hang in there. Don't get too frustrated. Look, I get frustrated too. Like I said, I want you guys to remember, I am just like you guys. There is no special sauce over here. There's no easy button. It's the same crap you guys are going through. I'm going through it right here in this shop, and it sucks, and it makes you just want to quit, and it makes you want to hang it all up, but you just got to keep going. I know you guys don't come for all this talking. I know you get aggravated with it, but it's what we got to do, right? All right, so let me go ahead and finish this thing up, and I think what we're going to do tonight is probably just start the car up, put it in gear, check, make sure everything's good, and then we will drive the car down the road in another video. How about that? All right, catch you guys in just a minute. All right, everything is done. I will say this, after I put this new clutch in, now I don't have enough adjustment on my cable. So my cable is too long. I have run into this before with different style clutches. I think it's all got to do with the pressure plate. I've had this happen before. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I did not have enough adjustment in my cable. Now this car does not have a firewall adjuster on it. So as a matter of fact, I just had an extra one and I gave it to somebody, can't remember. So now I don't have it, which there again, guys, is why I don't typically get rid of parts. So I had to make do. I had to put a extra, like, bigger size nut on the back side of the adjustable cable just to pull it up enough to test everything. So I'm gonna have to buy a firewall adjuster. Now under the dash, it does have the double hook adjuster, the quadrant. So anyway, it works, guys. I made it work for right now, so no issue there. I've already started the car up, so it does work, but I forgot to video it. So, all right, so right now I'm just gonna set the camera down. We're gonna start the car up, kind of go through the gears, make sure everything is good. So everything looks good except for we've got an exhaust leak on the passenger side, but this is pretty easy fix. I just got to take the nut off. That flange is bent so bad that there again you have to have a spacer, like another larger size nut on the bottom side of that flange to push it up enough. There's just not enough threads on the stud. So either way, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, handle that. The car seems to be fine. We'll take it down the road tomorrow, and I'll probably just make a separate video on that. We'll talk about the clutch, and the belt seems to be working great, by the way. So that 93 Cobra belt seemed to have done the trick. Well, all right, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. It's been fun. And remember, guys, never give up. No matter how frustrated you get, don't give up. Take a break. I promise you, give it a shot, take a break, come back out. And a lot of times, things will be so much easier if you do that. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.